Welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, today I'm going to be sharing with you a bit of my birthing experience because I did give birth at home in this house. So stay tuned for the video. I have a little notepad here in case I forget anything, because sometimes when I be talking, I just be going and going and going. So I want to stay on topic. Okay, why did I decide to give birth at home? I always wanted to give birth at home. I was always one of those girls that wanted to do like the lotus birth. And if you don't know what the lotus birth is, it's when your placenta cord stays attached to the baby even after the baby comes out, and you just let the placenta dry up on its own. I didn't end up doing that. I wanted to, but I didn't. So I gave birth at home because I knew it was something that I wanted to do. I mean, I knew I could do it because I had 2 previous pregnancies. My second, my 8-year-old, I had him at a birthing center. And that's the closest thing to having him at home. So I'm like, if I could do it at a birthing center, then I can do it at home, right? And my firstborn, I had him at the hospital, right? So having a home birth, what do you do when you have a home birth? Well, me, I started off going to a gynecologist, a regular doctor. I don't know. I guess deep down inside, I was a little nervous about having a home birth, but I knew that I had to do it because the more and more I was going to the gynecologist, the more and more I knew that this is not what I wanted to do. So I was like, okay, I need to hurry up and switch before it gets too late. Before the birthing center says, like, it's too late to switch now. So I was maybe like 32 weeks or something like that, like in the 30 weeks before I decided to switch. And the reason I didn't switch earlier is because I end up having a placenta previa while I was pregnant. So that's when your placenta is at the bottom of your stomach when it's supposed to be at the top. So it can cause like bleeding, and it's like a blockage. If it doesn't move up, it's like a blockage for the baby to come out, right? So I end up getting that, but it's common though. Like, it's really common, and it moves up. The placenta moves up on its own. So I told myself, like, after my placenta moves up, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the birthing center. So it ended up moving up. After like a couple weeks, it moved up. So then I end up switching to the birthing center. But I did love my gynecologist. Like, he was awesome. He was amazing. But I just knew I wanted to have a home birth. And I was like, this is my last birthing experience because I'm not having any more children. So if I don't do it now, then I'm not gonna get a chance to do it, right? So then I switched, right? So I went to the birthing center, and it's the same birthing center that birthed my second son, and it's the same nurses, the same ladies that's there. So they was asking me, like, what did you take so long to come? And I'm like, man, I was a little nervous because, I'm over 35, and they say once you're over 35, like, you're a geriatric pregnancy or you're at risk. So I was like, I just let that get in my head, and I got a little nervous. But I'm glad I got over that nerves, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have never done a home birth, right? I had basically done all the tests and everything, a lot of ultrasounds with my gynecologist already. So a lot of stuff I really didn't have to do. The last thing I think I had to do was, when they give you the ultrasound and they make sure your baby has all his bones and body parts and limbs and stuff like that. So I basically only had to do that ultrasound. And when you're at the birthing center, you do a lot of outpatient things. So I had to go to like a lot of outpatient centers for my ultrasounds and stuff. Because when you go to the appointment with the nurses at the birthing center, they just do the basic stuff. Like listen to the baby heartbeat, check your cervix. They do all that stuff. And if anything is out of place, and then they go ahead and send you somewhere else if you need any further help. So basically that's where we was at. Like I said, I was kind of far along, so I only had to do a couple more ultrasounds. So the time is ticking. Me, when I get pregnant, I don't have any like morning sicknesses or like, I have like a perfect pregnancy. I don't know, and that was with all my children. Like, I don't get sick. I don't feel tired. Like, I literally worked with all my children. I don't feel tired. I feel tired, but like not like I'm pregnant tired. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just, I don't have those strains when I'm pregnant. I don't know. That's just me. And I hold my pregnancies really well. Like, I really don't start showing till like 6 months. So I'm not that big. I'm not that heavy. So I carry pregnancy really well. Okay, so back to the story. So basically, when you're having a home birth, you still have to go through the same protocol as when you're giving birth at the hospital. Like, you still have to do the diabetes test. You still have to have appointments as you get further along every week or every other week. Like, it's the same thing. It's just you're having it with nurses at the birthing center instead of going to the hospital. So it's literally the same thing. And it's a lot of procedures and a lot of things that you have to take into consideration when you're having a home birth. Like, the nurses, like with the home birth, you cannot be under your iron. Like, your iron has to be top, because if your iron is not good, they will not let you deliver. Because, you know, if you have low iron, you can bleed a lot. So my iron was really good. That's why I didn't bleed a lot during delivery. But if your iron is not good, they will not let you give a home birth. If you have any previous problems or if you have any potential risks, you cannot have a home birth. Because, you know, it's still a risk having a birth at home, having a home birth, because anything can happen. And, you know, they don't have the equipment there to handle certain things. So it's basically like you have to be not in super healthy, but you have to be in good, okay health to have a home birth. And they'll tell you that. Like, if you had any complications with your previous pregnancy, they might, I don't know, they might not let you do it. It just depends. Everybody's different, it depends. But I'm pretty sure if you have it at a hospital, because I know now a lot of hospitals are having like birthing facilities attached. That's better because the hospital is right there in case anything's happened. But if you're at home, like, they literally have to call the ambulance and transport you, you know, all that good stuff. So basically, let me tell you what happened with my particular pregnancy. I ended up having him early on my birthday, December 29th. We're birthday twins. The 27th, I ended up like feeling like some Braxton Hicks. I'm like, okay, is this contractions or Braxton Hicks? Mind you, he was due on the 30th or the 31st, the 30th I want to say. So I'm like, are these contractions or Braxton Hicks? So the 27th, I end up feeling a little something. Start having some Braxton Hicks, right? So I'm like, bruh, like, are these contractions or what? But I was a little nervous because I had a doula at the birth. You got to have two people when you giving birth at home, a doula and a midwife. So I had a doula, but she was on vacation. And she had her vacation before because like I said, I came to the birthing center late. So she had all that planned out already before I even came to the birthing center. So I'm like, bro, if the baby come early, like, she's not gonna be there. And then I set up everything with her because at first I was gonna have a water birth. And she had like the pool, like I set up everything with her and she was gonna bring everything. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm having these Braxton Hicks on the 27th. And I'm like, bro, like, oh my God, am I gonna miss like my water birth opportunity? Because mind you, I didn't buy anything because she was gonna bring everything, like the pool, everything. So I'm like, oh my God. So I started having Braxton Hicks on the 27th, right? They would just continue, but they wasn't crazy. They wasn't strong. So I'm like, okay, I could take this. This is cool. But I'm like, dang, are Braxton Hicks really gonna last until the 30th or 31st? So in my mind, I'm already preparing to have this baby early. And I'm like, oh, that would be so cool if he comes on my birthday. That's what I'm thinking the whole time, right? So the 27th come, you know, I'm having Braxton Hicks, you know, around the house, you know. They getting a little bit stronger, but they not crazy. You get what I'm saying? So I go to sleep, I wake up the next day, which is the 28th. Yo, and my husband went to work, and I'm like, I'm having like Braxton Hicks almost contractions. So he ended up going to work, and I'm at home with my mother-in-law, right? So I'm in the kitchen. I think I was like washing dishes or I was doing something over the sink. So I just felt like they were getting more intense. They're getting stronger. And I'm like, bro, like, are these contractions or are these still Braxton Hicks? But at this point, I'm feeling like, yeah, these not no Braxton Hicks no more. So this was about like 2 o'clock when they started feeling a little bit more intense. So I just went to go sit down. I'm like, let me go sit down. Like, so I just chill for a little bit. I sat down, but they were like a little bit more intense. And mind you, this is the 28th. So I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm about to have this baby. Like, I feel like you're gonna come on my birthday. So I'm sitting down. Then later on in the night, baby, they start getting in there. Like, them contractions start coming. They wasn't like as if I'm about to push the baby out, but they was getting stronger, you know, and more closer together. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to have this baby. Like, it's about to go down. So I had to call my husband, and he had to leave work early. So he came home, and I just went into the bedroom, and I had like a big long pillow, and I just put it between my legs, and I just started like, you know, trying to sleep, or I was just trying to relax because it's about to happen. These contractions are getting stronger, and this baby is about to come. So y'all, I'm laying in the bed. And by this time it's late. It's like, what time? It's like maybe, I don't know, maybe like 10 o'clock. So I started texting my doula. Oh, and the doula, she wasn't back from vacation yet. So that's when I knew it was over for the water birth. Like, I was just gonna have the baby at home, but not a water birth. So I started texting, because it's an emergency number they give you for the birthing center. So I started texting the emergency number, like, okay, y'all, I'm having, just to let them know, because they live far. The birthing center from my house is probably like almost an hour. So they live up that way. I live in South Florida. They live up more, a little bit more north. So I started texting them ahead of time, like, okay, y'all, like, I'm having contractions. It might go down, you know? So they like, okay, just keep us posted. Let us know if you can't bear the contractions anymore. Just because they basically tell you to try to take it for as long as you can. Because even with the birthing center, when I had my son at the birthing center, they tell you to stay home for as long as you can, because you don't want to be sitting in a birthing center for a long time, because you're only like 2 centimeters, you know? So basically, I'm in the bed, and I'm like, okay, they're getting a little bit more intense, but I can take them, because with my second oldest, when I got to the birthing center, I was like 8 centimeters dilated, and which needs to be like 10. So yeah, I can take the birthing pain, the contraction pain, like I can take it. So then I'm taking it. And then about 2 o'clock, it got to the point where I couldn't take it no more. Like, and they were intense. Like, I was literally screaming. Like, every time a contraction came, I would be like, ah. But me, I always tell everybody, when you're having a baby, you have to control your breathing when you're having a baby, because that's so important, your breathing. Because you want to stay on top of your contractions. You want to stay in control of your contractions. If you don't stay in control of your contractions, they're basically going to take over your whole experience. Like, you're going to let the contractions be in control, and they literally going to run you crazy. So you want to stay on top of your contractions. You want to get your breaths together. You want to breathe nice and slow in your mouth, out your nose. You want to try to relax. I know it's painful, but you want to try to relax as much as you can, because you want to have control of this experience. The moment that you feel like you don't have control of your birthing experience, like, you can like literally feel like you're going crazy, right? So I'm just breathing through the contractions. They're getting stronger, more intense. I'm breathing. So I finally called her, like, okay, I can't take it no more. Like, can you come? So then remember, 2 of them have to come. First, it was going to be a doula and a midwife, but since my doula wasn't available, it had to be both of the midwives from the center, which are nurses. They're labor and delivery nurses, right? So one comes. It took her a minute to get there, like an hour to get there. So she comes in. She has all her stuff, which is not much, just like her equipment or whatever, and she sets it up. So then she just started like rubbing on me, you know, trying to trying to soothe me. Then the other nurse comes, the same nurse that delivered my other son. So they both trying to, you know, soothe me, calm me down, because of contractions. They ain't no joke. I ain't about to lie to you. I ain't trying to scare nobody, but they not a joke. So, you know, they're kind of calm me down. So it's working. So then they keep trying to tell me, like, you know, let's go get in the shower. And I'm like, I really didn't feel like getting wet. I really didn't want to get in the shower, because by this time my contractions are really, 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 really super intense. Like, and then when she checked me, she said I wasn't even that much dilated. I think I was only like 7. So I'm like, bro, these contractions are so painful, and I'm only 7 centimeters dilated. Like, I was so mad. So I got in the shower, and I was facing this way. So the shower was hitting my back, and like, it was hot water. So it felt good, honestly. Like, it felt soothing. Like, she was rubbing my back. Like, it felt good. So next thing you know, y'all, I feel like this baby is coming out, because if you've never had a baby, when you have a baby, you're not the only one pushing. When your water breaks, I don't even remember when my water broke. Hold on, y'all, I gotta think. I think my water broke in the shower, if I'm not mistaken. So, and just because your water break don't mean you're gonna have the baby right after. It doesn't mean that. It just means you're in labor, right? Your mucus plug came out. So I'm in the shower, and I just feel like when you're about to have a baby, you feel like you're about to like take a boo-boo, like the biggest boo-boo you ever took in your life, like, because the baby's coming out, and you have no control over that feeling of when the baby's coming out. You have no control. It just that baby's just gonna come, bro. Like, that baby's coming, whether you want it to or not. That baby is coming. So it's like a force. It's like a really strong force that comes when the baby's trying to come out. like I said, it's like a hard boo-boo. 10 times, 20 times the feeling of a boo-boo. So I'm sitting in the chair in the shower because I had a chair in there. I was sitting on the chair. And I just feel that feeling. So I just kept getting up like this. Like, the baby coming. Because I felt like if I didn't stand up, the baby was literally going to come, like where I'm sitting down. So then the nurse was like, okay, you feel like you want to push? And I'm like, yes. So we go to the bed, right? I didn't really get in no crazy positions or nothing. I just got on my back. And I just started pushing because the baby was already pushing. And you push with the contraction. So when the contraction come, you push. So I'm the contraction coming, y'all. I'm pushing. I'm pushing. My husband right there holding my leg. The nurse holding my leg, and I'm pushing, right? And I look at them. I'm tired. I'm exhausted by this time, y'all. I look at them. I'm like, oh my God. Like, do y'all see the head? And they're like, yeah, we see the head. Y'all, why the whole time they was lying? They did not see the head. After the birth, they told me they was lying just to keep me motivated. They did not see the head. So anyway, they're like, yeah, I see the head. So I'm like, okay, good. So I'm still pushing. And it got to the point where I was so exhausted. I just yelled out, you have to come out. I was like, you have to come out. Then I just pushed one last time and that baby was out, y'all. Oh my God. He was 7 pounds. I don't remember how many ounces. He was 7 pounds. He was tiny. He was the average size of a baby. His head wasn't super big. So he came out, y'all. I was so relieved. And they put like padding and stuff, and you have to buy like a waterproof mattress cover, and they put padding and stuff. But they said they were surprised because I didn't bleed a lot because my iron was really high. So afterwards, they do everything they do at the hospital. They suck the baby, take everything out the baby. Well, first they put the baby on your chest for skin to skin and let the baby eat. Then after that, they take the baby, wipe the baby down, put clothes on the baby. And then they wipe you down. If you need any stitches, they stitch you up. But I didn't need stitches. I was so happy, y'all. I didn't tear or rip or nothing. So I didn't need stitches. So basically I got up. Did I get in the shower? I think I showered. I changed my clothes, changed the bedding on the sheets, and I laid back down in my bed, y'all. That's how convenient it is. If I was at the hospital, I would have to endure people keep coming in my room, keep taking my temperature, keep doing this, keep doing that. I didn't have to go through none of that. My husband went to the kitchen. He started cooking me breakfast. And I want to say it's 4 or 5 hours after the baby's born that the nurses have to stay just to monitor the baby to make sure everything's good. So they stayed. We was chatting. We was talking. Oh my God, y'all. That was crazy. We was chatting. We was talking. They made sure everything was good with the baby. Everything was good with me. And of course I had to put a pad on because, after you give birth, you have to wear pads because you bleed a lot. So, yeah. The health department, then you get the birth certificate. So that's what I did. They gave me a certificate of birth when he was born, blah, blah, blah. I took it to the thing, and then they gave me the birth certificate. So I think that's it. Oh, let's talk about insurance. So I had insurance through my job because I was still working. I was on maternity leave. I only paid out of pocket $2,000 to have my baby at home. Do you know, like, if you pay out of pocket, if you have like insurance and you go to the hospital, it's going to be like $30,000-$40,000 just for stuff that you technically don't need. They're charging you to stay in their room, even though they say you have to stay there for multiple days. They're charging you for all this stuff that you don't even know that they're charging you for. It's crazy. I literally paid $2,000 to have my baby at home. But that's not including like the visits. The visits was like a copay. I want to say like $25 every time I went, which was nothing. So that was a perk of having my baby at home. The expenses, I didn't have a bill. Like I didn't accumulate any debt from having my baby at home. And it was such a great experience. I was at home. I didn't have to get in a car. I didn't have to go nowhere. I didn't have to take a car. I didn't have to pack a bag. Like I didn't have to do none of that. I was just at home, laying in my bed, relaxing and chilling with my baby. That's it. So I would say if you can do it either at a birthing center or at home, I would say it's a great experience. And don't count yourself out. Like, don't think that you can't do it. Because I feel like a lot of women, they're so prone to like just wanting to get the medicine because at home you can't do any of that. If you're at a birthing center, if you have your baby at home, you can't do any epidurals or anything like that. So I feel like a lot of women go to the hospital because they have that option of like the epidural or the painkillers. But me personally, I like to take all those options out of the equation so I don't even have them. Like with my first one, even though I had them at the hospital, I had no medicine. They kept trying to give me an epidural, and I was like, no, I don't want it, because I had already mentally made up in my mind that I didn't want any of that stuff. So I feel like after I mentally made it up in my mind, like, it was over. Whatever pain was gonna come with it, it was gonna come. And I feel like I'm not the only one that did it this way. You know, we've been having babies for centuries without any medicine. I feel like it's not that hard. Don't get me wrong, having a baby is not easy. It can be very challenging. But if you want to go the natural route, I feel like it's not that hard, because, you know, nowadays a lot of those epidurals and stuff, they're causing a lot of problems, like with they're causing a lot of problems with people's spinal cords and people's back. People still having back pain from epidurals. We do have to get those things like C-sections, and some people just really can't take the pain. But I really feel like if I could take the pain, anybody can. I don't have a high pain tolerance. I just feel like I have like a mental strength, because I already mentally made it up in my mind that I wasn't gonna have the medicine. So I feel like that's the first step, making it up in your mind that you're not gonna have the medicine, and then whatever comes with it comes with it. You get what I'm saying? Then after the first one, the second one gets easier, the third one gets easier. But I do feel like the last one was one of my hardest birthing experiences, because I haven't had a baby in 8 years. So I feel like I forgot everything that comes with having a baby. But I was quickly reminded, okay? But I'm not having any more. I wish it was a guarantee that I could have a girl, but it's not a guarantee, so I'm done. I'm just a boy mom forever, and that's it. Let me know if you guys have any more questions about my birthing experience, the procedures I had to take for my home birth. And I think that's it. That's pretty much it. All I have to say. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, all that good stuff. And thank you guys for watching.